everybody, I'm Kim from Tall Mouse Cre8tive Artz and welcome to April. It's springtime. We've got a few new things to show you guys today. We've got some two-page layouts, we've got some cards to take a look at, and of course we have new products and a little bit of a hot buy as well. And we've got flowers and all things nature because it is spring, so we need to take advantage of all of the sunshine and the beautiful weather out. So we're going to tilt the camera in just a moment. We're going to start up here with a two-page layout. I'm going to show you the dies that we used, and Jim is going to come on over and tilt. So this one, I was trying to get a lacy type of doily look, or a because the background right here has got French macaroons and a little bit of dessert, I felt like it was time to have some spring tea time. So this is a very bright, cheery two-page layout, and I used two particular dies on it. So Jim's going to give you a little scanning about it, but what my goal was here was to have it look like a lace set of doilies or napkins laying out. So these empty spots are where you can put pictures. But I want to show you, I've got my little die that I used. So this is a Skinny Jim Slimline die. It is SJ70. It's a double ruffle, which I'll explain in just a moment. So I used the middle one in particular to go right on that one. And then I used the larger piece, which I'll explain how this die cuts out, to lay out right here. So of course you could put a title strip, you could do any sort of journaling right here. Same with right over here. We'll go over those dies in just a minute. And then my second one, to get all of these fun little edges, like that guy goes right there. This one is going to be a little lacy look. And then, oh, got these on the wrong one. That one goes there, that one goes right there, and then this one goes right here. So these are a set of 5, and it's MD 100-33. It's eyelet lace edges set of 5, and they aren't exactly the length of a Skinny Jim, but they come pretty close, and they've got just a wonderful little arc to them, but the cutout is just so feminine and lacy, so I thought that would be appropriate for what's going on this particular bright spring cheery type of layout, and cards too, which I'll show you. So the cool thing about what's going on with this particular die is it is two pieces. However, you're going to get an outside piece, an inside piece, and then this particular piece right here. So you're actually getting 3 cuts out of this particular die. And so I like it because when it cuts out, you've got a little inside ruffle right there without having to do that type of work yourself with a different die. So this one just lays out really nice. The ruffles, of course, are just feminine and spring-ish. And then I'm going to show you 2 cards we made. I did make a Skinny Jim Slimline card with it, and I actually used both dies. So I did, this is the cut, and I only used the outside piece for that one. And then I did, let me change that. I used the outside piece, I skipped the inside piece, and then I used the large inside piece where this particular piece cut out. That would be that hot pink piece right here. Then I took the smaller die and only used the inside piece right there for that layout. So this is a double ruffle, and then I did want the background of green to be showing right there. And oh, nope, didn't put on anything on the inside. And then for you A2 card lovers, I actually took this particular portion of the die, ran that through so I could get a carved or curved end right there. And then I glued a different color paper on the middle so that that curve could bounce off of the pink paper. And then again, I used this particular die and took out the inside and laid it across there just so your eye could go across it, and then you focus on the teapot in the middle. So again, this is the double ruffle and then the eyelet lace edges. Now on the eyelet lace edges, we also have a set of 3. They're a little bit differently. This one in particular is the set of 5. And I didn't glue these down so you could see how I laid them out. So we'll have Jim back up and do a little shot of that one more time. I just feel like we should go have some Earl Grey tea and have high tea with that. Okay, so moving down, we're going to take a look at this two-page layout. So I sometimes have a challenge laying out for the masculine side of the family because there's so many papers that are devoted to the girls. So I took these 2-page layouts, and this one, this side, I actually used our Cre8tive embossing folders. So this particular one is the presents, which I ran it through on charcoal paper, so it ties in all of the charcoal, the dark colors that I was working with. So that is the presents, but of course you could do that on pink too. And then I took the happy birthday embossing folder, which that gave a nice little presentation right there. So 2 different embossing folders on this particular page, and then back up just a minute. And then these can be the spots where you put pictures. I left these movable so I can show you what I actually did. You could put a picture on top of that as well and have that be part of your background, not a problem. And then the second page, so sometimes the paper has done half the work for you, and as you can see, and I've shared with you guys before, I really like to see the background paper. I don't want to just see just an edge. So sometimes where the paper's done the work, let's work around the picture. So I liked all this balloons and the banners and the pennants, and then the balloons right here and the man, so it tied to this one. So I cut out my spots intended for pictures, and then of course just the little added bonus right there, or some sort of sticker, or you could turn something this way and have a little piece of journaling, but I wanted your eye to kind of look at everything and go to here. So the die that's in the center is what's called our fun font, and we've got 3 different sayings: birthday wishes, thank you, and happy birthday. So that's what that font is. And it does come with the dot of the I. I've just misplaced it because those dots, you know, fall away sometimes. So this is our 2-page layout right here. And then, okay, so I used those embossing folders with the 2-page layout, but I also turned them into a card here. So I just took some leftover paper, really simple, just ran it through happy birthday and nothing on the inside. And then, okay, back up just a minute. Okay, this guy, so again, I ran it through the embossing, the happy birthday embossing. But if you notice, this paper has every single print on it. So this pack actually had a thicker cover sheet that showed the picture of all of the papers that was in that pack. I believe it's authentic. It's kind of old. And that would be the inside. So when I get ready to mail this card, I'll put something solid in here to put my sentiment in there. But don't forget just the outside of the pack also, not just the full pages on there. You can go ahead and use that. So that is the embossing folders and the happy birthday fun font. Can you hit pause? Okay, so moving on, we're going to take a look at another spring 2-page layout and some cards. So I used 2 particular dies on this. The Skinny Jim die, this would be SJ63. It's a wood grain edge, really cool, with chicken wire fence on the inside. It's called chicken wire. So SJ63. So I cut this out and I popped this guy right here. Now, I've shared this a couple of times. It just reminds me of the bridges in Paris with where you guys connect, or anybody can connect, the locks of love, where you add a lock onto the bridge. That's what that reminded me of. That's what inspired this whole layout. So you could attach some other string, which I just laid there. I haven't tied it yet, but you could attach charms hanging from that also. But this, you can use, obviously, your Skinny Jims in layouts too, because you could put something like this on top of it, and this just neatly encapsulates your title strip. And then obviously a spot for your pictures right there. And then moving on to this side, what I did is use our semi-skinnies, which I'm going to show you more detail in just a moment. This particular one is Chain Link Fence SSJ 20-2. So I wanted it to be similar and corresponding to the second page, but not use this one over there. So it just gives a little bit, a bit of a coordination look. And then I've got 4 spots for pictures too. I didn't do any other embellishments, but that certainly can be done with. You can do journaling, stickers, other sorts of layouts. You could add something down here, trim the edges of it so it lines thing. You could do that right there. You could journal right here, picture, picture, picture. Lots of opportunities for layouts. And then again, I wanted to see the floral on here as well. That's why I left this one as the showy piece and only 2 pictures, so I can actually see that floral in the background. Now cards, I made, let me get my little stash over here. So I made this particular card, again with the Skinny Jim Slimline die. I don't think, oh, I did do something on the end. So I tied it right here, and I tied it onto the wiring, the chicken wire, and I intended for this to kind of free float into the card, so it looks like it's dangling right there, which it is. And then I took a piece of the chain link fence right here because I was intending to put something long as my sentiment right there. So turning it into a slimline card, and then of course you can use it. I cut this particular card short because I wanted this edge to be part of like what shows to lift it up. So you can certainly turn it on its side. You could do horizontal, and then this is the piece that helps lift it up. Or you could turn it on vertical wise too. So just a simple additive right there. You could do a little bit of glitter, anything you want, but I did want this fence to show through to that particular color. So again, wood grain, edge, chicken wire, as well as the chain link fence. So lots of challenges you can do with this and challenge yourself. Now, speaking of storage, which I was going to get you guys there, we've got 2 different size envelopes. This one is a little bit on the smaller side. It is sold individually. It does fit a handful of the dies perfectly. This one is a little bit on the larger size, which it'll fit a little bit more. It's got a tiny little gusset on the side. So it's good for any type of dies as well as the Skinny Jim Slimline dies. This one is sold individual as well as a pack of 8, I believe. So just FYI on your storage right there. And then let's come up here because these are some of our Skinny Jim, or semi-Skinny Jim. I have to get my names all right. Semi-Skinny Jim Slimline dies, and they're just, to me, the perfect size. They can go on an A2 card, but they can certainly go, you could do a duplicate and go on to a longer card, or your pages, which I just showed you as well. So, also think about, you can cut them. So you can make it whatever size that you want, or you can trim the strip, so maybe you only want this particular strip. And a bonus, the really, really cool thing about it is, all of these parts and pieces that pop out, you can use it as instant shaker bits. So we've got arrows. This is a Moroccan lace. We've got a fancy lace edge circle. Stars. I don't have the hearts in front of me, but they're back in stock. Honeycomb is out right now, but that's going to be refilled because it's spring. The fence, we've got circles, and if you notice on the circles, you got a little triangle in the, or rectangle in the middle right there too. So, or square. And then we've got a thin lattice. We've got octagon as well, kind of looks like bubbles. And then we've got a thicker picket fence. So these are really fun to be working with as well. And then we're going to come on over here because I did actually use some samples with that. So I'm going to show you a book that I made. It's a springtime book. Now, what did I use to make this? I wanted to show you which set of papers because I really like them. It is an older pack. We have a handful on the website. It is Cartabella Flora number 3, and yes, they did come out with a 4. We're just waiting to get that in. I actually used quite a bit this particular piece, and that's the piece that's on the inside of my book, which I'm going to explain. And then if you notice, that is an envelope. So this is an A2 mini envelope book. I used the pack of paper, which I'm going to put off to the side a minute. And then I also used our A2 envelope template to make the envelopes because I wanted to make them with either double-sided paper or just my own size. If you want the project sheet for this particular book, if you go to the A2 envelope template, if you scroll down, it'll say click here for project sheet. Feel free to click that off. If you want to see the video on how I made that, you need to go to our Facebook page and search A2 envelope book, and I'll give you a tutorial on how to make that. So I just want to go show you. So that would be this double-sided paper. That is going to be the inside of it. And then if you notice, that is one of the semi-skinny dies that I did right there. I just wanted to line it and give it a spring type of look. That's just a sticker from the pack. This is a new die I'm going to show you in a minute, and same with the leaves. So if we open that guy up, you've got lots of surfaces to decorate too. This is a new die we're going to show you, and a new leaf die. So I wanted that to line the envelope just to make a little fun way to open it. And then that was from the pack. This is also a die that I just showed you, just a big sticker. But as you can see, you can use that part to open up right there. I just thought these color schemes and these dies worked perfectly. This is part of this same die. I cut it out, but I didn't want the full piece to do it. So I just kind of cut it a little bit jig-jag so it gave a different look. And then this set of roses on a vine matches perfectly on this particular picket fence. And that's a new die that we've got as well, which we're going to show you. And yep, oh, I think I did one more. So that's that same flower die I just showed you a few minutes ago. And then, nope, I didn't do anything on there, but I wanted to also show you that little guy. Made with love. So you can sign your handmade goodies with a little die cut, which we're going to show you in just a minute too. So that is just a fun little spring book I shared. And then before we stop and flip our table, all right, take a look at this guy. This is a permanent adhesive tape runner. It's a straight line. It's not dots. It's made by the company that is called Cre8tive. They are no longer in business. They closed their doors. They've been around longer than we've been. So this guy is on sale for $1.50 while supplies last. Now, Cre8tive is the one who also makes the embossing folders. When the embossing folders are gone, they're gone. We're going to have to source another one. And then we are working to source another really good, valuable tape runner as well. So, all right, you guys, you're going to look at this while we flip our table. Finger. Okay, our table is flipped for flowers and leaves. We're very excited about it, and we've got a couple of projects too, so always a good thing. All right, we're going to tilt on down now so you can take a look. So as I showed you, I made that particular flower and the leaves. So that is a brand new die we have right here. We've got several leaves and several flowers, so I'm not going to list them all as item numbers with you guys right now, but they're all in the nature section on our website. So, and some of them are in scene building as well, because you can build scenes. So this is that particular leaf that I showed you right there. And then this flower right here is this piece, which I find kind of interesting because you get 3 pieces right there, but you don't need to stack them all up. You could put the smaller one on here, have a whole different one. You could put the smaller one on there and have a completely different one. And then I just added a little pearl on the inside of that particular piece. And this one's got one of our little iridescent stickers on there right there. All right, so as we open this guy up, this particular flower is this set of family and this leaf right there. So I'm going to show you up close on that one what that one looks like. It's a very lacy leaf. It's got a little dip in the middle, so you can use it as one piece, but you could snip it off right there and layer that up. Totally cute. Now, this flower I find fun too. It's like a big old daisy. Again, how this one you can nest different layers. You could do the same right here. You could also pop some of these leaves up to give it a little bit of dimension. This one I just nested 3 times, put a rhinestone in the middle. This guy I nested, and I have to remember which leaf I used on that one. I just did a pop square, pop dot in the middle to give it a little bit of a lift, and then put a rhinestone. So I only did 2 layers right there. But that is some of our new flowers. And then if you notice on the back what I showed you earlier, handmade with love. So this is a set of 4 right here. You've got the handmade with love and a heart. You have design, original design. You've got a circle that says handmade with love, and it has a little heart in the middle of it. And then you have a longer piece. Let me turn that guy around. And I think, well, I can't read it upside down. Original handcraft, exactly. So you got 4 different ways to do a little signature on your handmade pieces. So there's those guys right there. Just totally fun. Add that to the end, flowers, leaves. Okay, so we're going to move on over to this section now because we have some more flowers. This one is quite the layering piece. You got several pieces right there, and these guys are teeny tiny. So you could layer every single one up. You could just do a few of them, and they just have that really nice, simple type of flower edge. And then this one, I'm going to come down and then work up. So this was the one that I showed you guys in the book. Let's find that. That particular one that had two roses, a bud and a rose on a vine. So that guy is right here, just kind of on the petite size. And then it looks really good if you layer it onto a semi-skinny. Just showing you guys a couple of different ways that can be done, or on the big one as well. So that's a little guy, but now look at these vines. These are larger, which I didn't show you in any of the book, but look how gorgeous that would look onto a really big skinny Jim die, or even the smaller ones. So larger vine, no flowers, smaller vine, flowers. And then these are some of our big giant flowers, which I just think have a little bit of pizzazz to them. And again, you could layer as many times as you want. It comes with 3 different leaves, so you can certainly layer that guy with 2 different colors as well. But they kind of remind me of summertime. So spring, summer, a little bit of hibiscus looking. Okay, we're going to go down to the bottom section. I got to check my time, ladies. Okay, now down here, more leaves, more flowers. We are going to show the sample last. We're going to come down. This leaf is very interesting as well. It's got nice long strokes on there, so you got a different look with any sort of flower you're going to add to that particular one. So all these leaves are just so fun. Another set of leaves right there. We've got a flower and an open air type of filigree type of leaf. So that flower's a little crazy, but it's really fun. We have a sunflower, so the die looks like this. You do get that ring, you get the inside, and then 4 petals. So I just went ahead and made my pieces all around. And then this particular piece, I love these wreaths because you can do simple things. So we've had our words on the website for a while, thank you. And it is a shadow, so you get the 2 pieces with it. But then take a look at this particular wreath. What can you do with that? Well, I just made a nothing on the inside. Very, very simple card. Layered it up, inked. I cut that guy out in green, and then I cut my thank you out. I pop dotted that, or pop squared, or I raised it. And then I've just got a very, very simple card with 2 dies. That's all I did. You don't even have to have the thank you die. You could have a word that says thank you on a sticker or a stamp. But these wreaths, you got to think about what else can you do with them. You could also cut that in half and spread that out just a little bit, but simplicity sometimes works very well. So that's our thank you card. And then we're going to come down over here because this flower, it's just super duper fun. All open air. It does pop the petals out, but that's going to be a little pain. But look how you can layer and nest that one. So a big giant daisy. And I'm not sure the name of this particular flower. I know it's like a thistle. I'm not sure the name of it, but you get the leaf, you get the insides of it as well, and then these have been layered. So think about that kind of look on your card as well. Super duper fun on that. And then these little wispy guys, just showing you what we can do with that on a simple type of card. They've got little buds, so you could do a little bit of glitter on that, maybe for Christmas as well. Just a little bit of simplicity. Another set of simple, I'm going to show you guys this particular sample. Okay, so can you pause real quick? Okay, so let me show you how we're going to make this card, because as you guys know, I like to use all the parts and pieces, even the negative piece that comes out of a die. Let me make sure I didn't put anything in there. All right, so this round piece right here, this is a double die right there. It's one package, it comes with 2. So the larger circle, really nice to be working with. Smaller circle, really nice to be working with. This is one piece right there. I cut this guy out, and that's what's on here. And then we have our word hello as well, and it is a layering die. So you've got the inside or the shadow die as well. So I wanted to not put 3 of these on here. I wanted to give it a completely different look. So the hello's the die, the small circle is the die, and this is one long die right there. And then on here, you can see what I practiced. I took my dauber, I took my ink. This is the negative piece that came out of this guy. And so I laid it exactly where I wanted it on the card. I did darker pouncing right here, and I did lighter, and you can see where I did that on the card. because I wanted to give it just a different layer. So don't forget about your negative spaces. That's where I'm getting at with that. You can do something very simplistic with a few dies and the negative spaces with what comes out. So that's what I wanted to explain to you. Okay, moving down, I don't think we've shown this one. I just like it. The word thanks. It's big and bright, and then it does come with the spots on the inside too, so you could do 2 different colors. This guy is super popular. It's ripped texture. So look at that. It's already presented to you with got that ripped edge on it. And then we have a let's see, that's a small one. It's in backgrounds. This is the large one, which would be the Skinny Jim. And yes, you need to really roll your brush all around those. But if you want a bigger piece of that little one. And then over here, we've got, lift the camera back up, please. Just stop. Okay, so then this particular one is a piece of a brick wall. So you notice I've got little hearts. This is a Valentine's paper that I used, but it had little hearts. When I cut it out, it gave a little bit of darkness to it, so it really gave a brick wall type of look. So it's a piece of a brick wall is what that is. Great for layering or background sort of thing, or layering a couple pieces of it. Okay, so coming up to right here, oh, gotta check my time. Another negative piece that I did, this is going to be a corner brick wall. Love this. All right, that's what the die is. So you cut that out. This is what my piece is going to look like. Totally cool. Used for all kinds of good stuff. Great size for A2 cards or a long card. But I cut out another one because that now just became my stencil. I used 3 different colors, red, a burgundy, and a light pink. I laid this down where I wanted it, well, on paper to show you guys, but you could do it on a corner of a card. And I pounced my colors in diagonals to get that brick effect. So don't forget about your negative spaces. Again, I'm reminding you, you got to use all your parts and pieces. Okay, so coming over to here now, nope, we're going to start right here. All right, this is a set of 6. This is a slimline. It is SJ45. Now, earlier we talked about kind of the feminine, the eyelets. This reminds me of that. It's spring. We need to have that kind of feminine, soft, lacy look. So this is what I was going for. I did 2 different cards. We have a brand new piece right here, gypsum. And then this one we've had for a while, Sending Paper Hugs. So back up just a minute. I want to show this one. Okay, I used one of the pieces just to give a nice feminine edge right here. And then I put that guy on there, and I did do glitter with my Wink of Stella. Sending Paper Hugs. I don't think I put anything. Nope, didn't put anything on there. But I wanted to also show you, we're all about the negative space. I didn't realize I'm showing you guys 3 different ones. Okay, this was the piece that cut out. That big old space in the middle. What am I to do? But I liked that piece, how it had that negative effect. So I cut out another piece. I used one of the edges from the slimline and cut that so I can have something a little bit pretty, and I guess I'm missing a letter right there. I put in my shadow letters, and then guess what? I can just cover that guy up, and now I have, got a minute left. I have a completely new card, and I didn't waste anything. I used the outside, or the actual piece that was cut, and then I use the negative space. So again, remember your negative spaces right there. And then sometimes you get little bits left over from whatever else you're cutting. You could do a little lining right there, or what I like to do sometimes is take these little pieces, put them right here, and then put my little announcement right here, like it's a scroll holding whatever the presentation is going to be. So again, go ahead and use your negative spaces, guys, right there, because that's super helpful. Okay, now let's take a look at some new product. Oh, I wanted to show you guys these. Remember your sanders, they're just fun colors, so that's why I brought those out. Little paper sanders. And then new paper. Let's take a look at new paper. We've got Let's Celebrate. We've got Spring. We've got Flower Garden. We've got Spring Market. We've got Coffee and Friends. And then I just want to give you a reminder. Remember, it's probably time to refresh your spring and summer pads. So we've got bright 30 sheet double-sided cardstock. We've got the bright colors. We've got Fresh Blossoms, because it's springtime. We have Primary Pizzazz. We've got Summer Splash, which, you know, we're getting kind of there as well, and you can use that for spring, little bright spring. Bright Days, solid color cardstock. We've got Pastel. All of these are 12 by 12. And we've got Bright Spots, which are actually polka dots. Single-sided though, guys. Okay, what is your deal? So you are 30% off all metal dies, which will click on automatically. 20% off the rest of the website, off regularly priced products. Use code PINK20, all caps, run it together. Free shipping over $59. The sale is valid until April 14th. And then follow and like us on Facebook and Instagram, where you guys can see